Hello, everybody, and welcome to Jasmine's Cozy Nook. Today, we will be tackling Jafar's Friendship Level 10 quest. So, to get started, let's come on over here and talk to him and start the Trial of Eternity. Jazzy, I wonder what you have heard around the aisle. Yeah, we need to talk. How ominous. The other villagers seem unhappy with you again. Want to tell me why before I go ask them? No need, I will tell you everything myself. The question is, will you believe me? You're the only person who has lied to me in this situation. Oh dear, were my actions really so terrible? Is my social currency so deficient? Well, you did try to steal Oswald's abilities and hypnotize some of the other villagers, so yes, I'm more inclined to believe them, but I still want to hear your version of recent events. Well, first, there was Rapunzel. I was merely trying to offer helpful artistic advice. She so clearly needs it. Jafar, and the capybaras should be glad that they're finally useful. As for Gaston, I'm surprised he even has a capacity for speech. Obviously, you should disregard whatever he tells you. Finally, Scrooge McDuck and Eve cannot be trusted to speak truthfully. They both have agendas against me. Sounds like you've been up to something, and I warned you about being on probation. I didn't want it to come to this, but we're going to need to enact the first ever Dreamlight Court. A trial? Surely you jest. This is serious. We trusted you to be better, and from the sounds of it, you haven't even tried. I will, of course, find you a defense attorney while I go around and get the truth from the other villagers. Really? You think any of those simpletons could form a coherent legal argument? I will, of course, represent myself. Fine. I'll leave you to work on your case for now. I'll be in touch when we're ready to kick things off. Be careful, Jafar. I'm serious. Okay, so now we need to prepare for the trial with the villagers Rapunzel, Gaston, Oswald, Remy, Eve, and Scrooge. So let's go ahead and see where we can find some of these. Things are not looking good for Jafar. That is for sure and for certain. Okay, so it looks like Oswald is just up ahead. Oswald came to his defense before, so let's see. Oh, Eve's right here too. Let's talk to Eve first. Oop. Hey, Eve. How are you holding up? Directive? Oh, I'm in the middle of putting a trial together for Jafar. Woo! Huh, thought you might be happy with that. I was hoping you could help me with something else. I need someone to keep an eye on Jafar until the trial starts. If he starts building some suspicious-looking machine, you have my permission to use your laser on it. Directive! Woo! Cool. The trial will be happening in the ancient ruins. I'll make sure you get informed when we're ready to start. Okay, so now... Oops, Scrooge just walked past me, it seems.
How about a wee bit of conversation?
I would like this wee bit of conversation when you're not in a bush.
Oh, greetings, neighbour.
Hey, Mr. McDuck, I've got a bit of a favor to ask you. Of course, Jazzy, how can I help you? So, I'm putting together everything we'll need for a trial for Jafar. Well, it's about time. I need someone to act as a prosecuting attorney. Would you be interested? Bless me bagpipes, you bet I would. I'll even help you with the furnishings. You'll want some official-looking benches and stands for the whole affair, I imagine? Yes, actually, that's the next thing on my to-do list. Well, if you want to do this right, I'd suggest crafting some bamboo benches and attorney stands. Crafting them will require tropical wood, brass ingots, plastic scraps, bamboo, and fiber. Thanks, Mr. McDuck. I'll get on that now.
Remember, time is money.
Okay, so now we need to come over here and talk to Oswald.
Here's a lucky break.
Hey, Oswald, you hanging in there? I'm feeling peachy. Thanks to you, of course, chum. That's good to hear. I'm interviewing villagers about their experiences with Jafar and getting a trial together. How do you feel about the situation now that you've had a chance to let things settle? A trial, huh? That'd be swell. I still mean what I said about giving Jafar a chance, but the old grapevine says he's been pretty rotten since then. Yeah, enough is enough. Would you want to give me a hand with the trial prep? Absolutely. Great. I need you to speak with the other villagers and try to find someone who can be an impartial judge. Ooh, that might be tough, Jazzy, but I'll do my best. I'd be the judge, but things are always black and white with me. Oh, ho, ho, you get it?
Everything's Jake.
All right. So now, okay, it looks like Rapunzel is just up here.
I'm having so much fun here.
I'm so glad you're having so much fun, Anna. Okay. Hey, Rapunzel, can we talk about Jafar? I'm putting a trial together and I just wanted to talk to people about their experiences with him. He said something about your art? He did. It was a little harsh when he told me that my art would always suffer unless I learned proper geometry and perspective rules. But when I learned about them, it did give my paintings a level of realism I hadn't achieved before. I don't think I'll change my style, but it's nice to know that I could if I wanted to. On the other hand, he was mean to the capybaras. He tried to hitch them into a train to carry things for him. Huh. I guess I'm not really sure how I feel about Jafar. It's okay. This is a complicated topic. I hope he can find a way to be kinder. What if your child asked him to do something that would show him a better path? Ooh, like a community service kind of thing? Yes, that sounds perfect. I know I always feel happier and more compassionate after spending time with animals. Could Jafar do that? Great suggestion, Rapunzel. I'll keep that in mind.
Goodbye. Come back and talk soon.
Okay, so Gaston was up here, but I don't see him anymore. So let's see. All right. Let's come this way. And, well, this is the first one I'm seeing. Remy was around there somewhere, but let's talk to Gaston first. Gaston, I need to talk to you about Jafar. We're going to be holding a trial for him, and you want me to be the judge? Of course. No. A mistake you'll regret, I'm sure. What did you want then? Well, I wanted to get your take on things. How do you feel about Jafar? Is there anything you want to raise when you testify? I must confess, I'm conflicted. I don't like that he hypnotized me to do his bidding. For sure. But he did want me to move his extremely heavy equipment, so he clearly knows I'm the strongest person here. For sure. I believe he should answer for his crimes. And you should acknowledge that I'm amazingly strong. Okay, I can work with this. What if, when I need to get the courtroom set up, I rely on you to move the heavy things? I like it. Okay, glad we've sorted that out. Talk to you later.
You're leaving?
Okay, so now we need to talk to Remy. Let's see. Remy's always moving around and he's so small that it's hard to find him, but I see everybody just likes to hide behind Daisy's shop now, all of a sudden. It used to just be Mulan, but no, now everybody just likes to hang out there. All right. This way, at least if he moves, then I can track him.
Hello. Bonjour.
Bonjour. How are you holding up, Remy?
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing just fine, Jazzy. I shouldn't be asking you the same thing. Everyone at Chez Remy's been talking about Jafar. I don't envy your job right now. Yeah, it's rough. We've never had to exile anyone from the community, but what if it comes to that during the trial? I'd like to be pleasantly surprised by Jafar, but his prior actions haven't really done much to inspire hope.
Huh.
Hmm. What if we bring food into the equation? Go on. Well, I can't help but think back to when I first had to cook for Anton Ego. I was so scared of him, the power he wielded, the mean spirited part of him that always seemed to float on the surface.
Mm-hmm.
But he really changed, and all he needed was to be reminded of a better time. Do you think Jafar could have the same path?
Hmm.
Your guess is as good as mine, but it's worth a shot. What do we know about Jafar's past anyway? Basically nothing. That's a good point. Thanks, Remy. I think I'll use this idea as part of a sentence if we find something lighter than exile.
Thanks.
Okay, so now we need to gather the resources needed to craft the trial furnishings. So we need 20 tropical wood, 10 brass ingots, 10 plastic scraps, 6 bamboo, and some fiber. So let's start with, what do we need for brass? We need zinc. All right, so I am going to collect all of the materials, and then I will see you here at the craft bench. All right, so here I am at the crafting table. I just need to make the last 3 of these brass bars. And now I should be able to come over here to the furniture and select the attorney stand. And we need 2 of those and some bamboo benches. Okay, 2 of those. And then we need 1 more attorney stand. Oh, there it is. Okay, so now we need to head to the ancient ruins to oversee the progress on the courtroom.
My, the valley is looking splendid, my.
Thank you. I love Fairy Godmother. She is so positive. Let's go ahead and put that away. I'm really curious who is going to be the judge. Okay, so now we need to bring the trial furniture to Gaston. Hey Gaston, I got the furniture for you. Ready to set it all up for me? Of course, no one can lift heavier furniture like Gaston. Thanks, I've been so busy with the planning. This is a huge help. Where is the judge going to sit? Oh, I guess I hadn't thought about that yet. I still need to talk to Oswald to see who will be taking that role during the trial. Jazzy, I have an idea. You do? I'm all ears. No, you're not. I can see you only have 2 ears, though all ears wouldn't be the strangest thing I've seen here. It's a figure of speech, Gaston. What's your idea?
Ah.
The judge is the most important person in a trial, right? Sure, I guess you could say that. Well, then, the judge deserves a powerful chair, and I know just the one. I'll set it up with the rest of the other furnishings now. Is it going to be his ugly chair? Oh, that's very helpful of you, Gaston. Thanks. I'm very scared. Okay, check in with Oswald. Yep, it is that ugly chair. Okay, check in with Oswald about his hunt for a dreamlike judge. So I don't think that Oswald is in here, so we'll have to leave the ancient ruins again. Okay, let's see where. Okay, Oswald's over here. So let's head up that way.
Care to assist your old pal, Oswald?
Hey, Oswald, got any judge candidates for me? You bet I do. I've been chin wagging all over Eternity Isle, but nobody thought they were a bullseye. Oh no. Well, we need to postpone the trial. We can't really do this without a judge. Hold your horses. Everybody did agree on one thing. You ought to be the judge. Me? The judge? Yeah, you'd be tops. Think about it. You're the one that dynamited Jafar's plans, but you still want to make sure he gets a fair trial. True. And we all trust that you can put your gripes aside and do right by both Jafar and the Valley. Well, when you put it like that, I guess I should. That's the ticket. Now, if you really want to look the part, get a hold of a powdered wig and some spiffy duds.
Oh, swanky!
Okay, so now we need to dress up with, or dress up like a fancy judge using the Commodore's powdered wig. Optional, ordered the wig from Scrooge's store. I don't know. Wait a second. I might have that. Let me look to see. Okay, wardrobe. Okay, I do actually have the wig. All right. And I guess I already have elegant clothes on. So now we need to return to the ancient ruins to begin the trial. This is not going to be a picture moment simply because we have somebody on trial here. Okay. Now go to the trials chair in the ancient ruin. Let Scrooge and Jafar debate. This is absurd. You call yourself an attorney? Trying to delegitimize the court, eh? Just as I suspected. You have no proof of anything. Aye, that's true enough. We have no proof of you ever doing a lick good. Absence of proof is not proof of absence. Surely even a clown of an attorney like you can recognize that. Objection! Talk to Gaston to hear his testimony. The Dreamlight Court will now hear the testimony of Gaston. It's very simple, Your Glory. Your Honor. Huh? Your Honor is how you address a judge, not Your Glory. Anyway, keep going. So yes, Jafar did hypnotize me, but he also used me for strength-related tasks, so I can't be that angry with him. You see, as the strongest member of this community, the witness will cease self-aggrandizing and get to the point. Well, Jafar isn't the only one here that has done bad things. It will shock you to hear, but I have, on occasion, long in the past, done one or two things that may be considered not good. Plus, Ursula, Scar, and Mother Gothel have all done many nasty things, and they're allowed to stay here. That's true. But have they done anything as bad as Jafar? I can't do everything for you. You decide. You're the Your Honor judge. No, that's not how you say it either. Oh, never mind. Thank you for your testimony, Gaston. You can return to the bench. Leapin' Loch Ness. If you had an attorney, I'd be telling them to control their client. That's a judge's job, you fool. You're turning this whole trial into a mockery. Of course it's a mockery. None of the relevant evidence is present. I lived with you all peacefully for years before the forgetting. Surely that has to count for something. What? I don't remember that. Uh-oh.
Hey,
Okay, Oswald, it's your turn. How do you feel about what Jafar did? Well, if anybody's got a right to accuse him of something, it's me. He almost stole my luck. That's true. What do you want to happen to Jafar? Gee, I'm not sure. He's a tough customer, but shouldn't folks get a second chance in a place like this? Jafar's right. He did used to live here with us. But nobody remembers. For all I know, maybe I used to be a villain and he stopped me from a whole bunch of train-related mayhem. Do you think we should all just forget and forgive here? No way, Judge-O. Jafar keeps yammering on that he got goodness in him, so why not find proof of that? If we can catch some of them lost memories and prove that he can rate, then I'm happy to let him stay. I'll even bring him a poutine myself. Interesting. Thank you for your testimony, Oswald. Court will adjourn for the time being. I need to go look for some of those lost memories. When we reconvene, I will examine evidence of Jafar's past good actions, or we will decide on his eternal reward.
have a swell day.
Okay, so now we need to use the hourglass to check or to track down the good memories of Jafar in the Borderlands, the Lagoon, and the Overlook. All right, so let's... Oh. All right, well, that wasn't what I was expecting at all. Oh, I passed it up. That, no. And in case you didn't know, there is a new setting that was introduced with the update where you can actually hold things for fishing or when you are using your hourglass, so you don't have to repeatedly mash the button. Okay, so Jafar was helping sell valuables. All right, that is interesting indeed. So now let's head over to the lagoon. Very interesting. Help Scrooge McDuck, if one can imagine such a thing as that. Okay, here is the second memory. Okay, he built a birdhouse, I guess. So that was nice. All right, so now we just need to go to the borderlands or the borderlands to collect the last memory. I guess I should probably start enunciating things correctly. All right. Somewhere over here it looks like. Okay. Oh, well, that was not it. All right, and here is another memory. And it is of, oh, Jafar with Stitch looking into the night sky with a telescope. All right, so now we need to return to my judge's chair in the courtroom in the ancient ruins. So let's go ahead and fast travel over to the docks. I feel like the hat really, sells the whole judge thing. I never really sat down earlier, so this will be interesting. Okay, so now we need to give our final judgment to Jafar. He sat down and now we have to speak to him. I have endured this ridiculous trial long enough. Make your judgment. Hold up, Jafar. There have been some developments. I have new evidence to go over with you. I see. And what evidence is this? I found a number of memories that shed some light on what you were like before the forgetting. Let's see which to examine. The memory about Stitch. It seems like you're helping Stitch with something here. Ah, yes, I had nearly forgotten. I was surprised to learn that the furry menace had an interest in astronomy. One of the lenses in his telescope had broken, so I made him a replacement. Interesting. So let's see which to examine. The memory about Merlin. You and Merlin seem to be in deep discussion on this one. As infuriating as that righteous enchanter can be, we did find the occasional topic to discuss. If I recall correctly, we were talking about our respective avian familiars. Owls have inferior cognition in comparison to parrots, but they are at least preferable to cats. Excuse me, I am a cat lover here. I am slightly insulted. All right, and now the memory with Scrooge McDuck. What are you talking about with Mr. McDuck here? Allow me a moment of reflection. Ah, yes, we were discussing possible techniques for polishing gemstones. I had a theory on how to automate the refining of common gemstones into their shiny variants. Did he hire you or something? No, I suppose I was motivated by pure scientific inquiry. Okay, Jafar, I've made my decision. Very well. You are guilty of attempting to steal Oswald's powers. That wasn't ever in doubt. But we've also confirmed through the memories that you're at least capable of being a citizen here. However, you used your probation period to just keep being mean. So I am sentencing you to... Do not drag it out, Jazzy. Tell me, are you sending me back to the lamp? No. No? No. Instead, you'll be doing some community service. Maybe doing some good will remind you of how to be a proper member of this community. You can stay in the palace for now, and I'll be in touch soon about what your community service will entail. This is quite surprising, Jazzy. I'm not sure I would be so generous were I in your shoes. Here, please take this. Let it serve as a token of my desire to return or to remain in the valley. I really like these outfits. Yes, well, isn't that the point of doing good? Because it's good and not because it's easy? Be good, Jafar. All right, so the trial of eternity has completed. And so now we need to wait 1 hour for Jafar to reflect on his sentence
I wonder what I'll
and
think today.
to start making amends. I will see you back here in an hour. Jazzy, though I objected to much of the court proceedings, I must admit that you were impartial enough to consider possibly exonerating evidence. For that and nothing else, you have my thanks. Sincerely, Jafar.
Finally.
Hope you're ready to feel wholesome today.
Most humble greeting.
Ah, is it time for my community service, as you say? Surely you expect actions from me and not emotions. Well, yeah, but hopefully the actions lead to emotions. I see. I shall do my best to embrace a process. What actions will this service entail? Well, first, we're going to be taking some advice from Remy and cooking up some food. That sounds tolerable. What food? Well, what foods do you like? What are some foods that make you feel happy? I'm good with making basically anything for you as long as it will help connect you to a happier side of yourself. So tell me, what are some foods that make you cheerful? Well, shish taouk was a common meal back in Agrabah. Falafel was also a frequent dish I would enjoy. And I would indulge in a taste of makroot on special occasions. Should you be unfamiliar with these, here are the recipes. Sounds delicious. I'll be back soon with those meals. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the different recipes. So this is the falafel recipe. So it needs those ruby red beans. Looks like cumin and garlic. Let's go ahead then to the next recipe.
This valley is the most amazing place I've ever seen.
This is the shish taruk. Looks like it needs a chicken, rice, lemon, garlic, and oregano. And now for the last recipe, the makrot is wheat, canola, dates, and some cinnamon. So I am going to go and collect these materials and then I will see you at the cooking pot. So here I am at the cooking pot. So let's go ahead and get started with those recipes. We'll make the macrout first. And so, oops, wrong button. Okay, so let's make our next recipe. So for this, we have the oregano, the chicken, rice, lemon, and garlic. If you need help with that last ingredient, you can find that in the plaza on the main island. And now for the last dish, the falafel. That is cumin, that middle ingredient, and you can get that from the docks or the overlook in case you are looking for what that ingredient is. So now we need to bring these meals to Jafar. So first we have to find him. Okay, looks like he is coming around.
You're making so many dreams come true.
Give him all 3 meals. You do look kind of fancy. Here you go, Jafar. Eat up. Jazzy, I must confess, this is excellent. Had my plans of domination been successful, I should think I would have kept you on as royal chef. Thank you, I think. That was not a false compliment. You are welcome. Does the food spark any good memories? Well, it does bring to mind the markets of Agrabah, always full of marvelous foods brought from near and far. And how did that make you feel? Inspired. It was my first glimpse at how wide the world was and how much was out there for me to learn, to use, to master. Okay, that's a start. I grow nostalgic now for my youth, plundering libraries for secret knowledge. All right, why don't we move on? How do you feel about the animals around here? They are a distraction at best. Okay, let's work on that. Next step in your community service is going to be feeding the animals with me. If that is what is required for me to stay, very well. All right. Well, each animal has their own favorite type of food. Oh, that I am quite aware. It required only trivial experimentation to discover which foods would occupy them enough to leave me alone. Please avail yourself of my stock. Eggs, cabbage, banana split. You know their favorite foods already? Nice, we're halfway there. Now let's hang out and feed some adorable animals. Your enthusiasm for these empty-headed creatures is rather cloying, you know. All right. So now we need to make sure you are hanging out with Jafar, which I think we are. Let me just double check. Okay, we are not currently, so let's hang out with him now. Okay, so now we need to feed a monkey. And there is a monkey right there. Oh, they're running away. Hey. Ooh, sorry, Jafar. You're in my way. You can't chase a monkey. Okay.
Never forget kindness.
Okay, so let's give the monkey the banana split. Excellent. It is a happy monkey. Oh, and we got the classic monkey, so that's fun. Okay, so now let's head up to the cobras. And the cobras are, in my opinion, the most difficult because you have to play red light, green light, and let me tell you, cobras are not my friends. But we're going to try really, really hard to make this work. I believe their favorite food is the eggs, so we're going to start with that. All right, we got the snake. Okay, let's do the eggs. Okay, so now we have fed the cobra, and now we just need to go to the capybara. So let's head on over here. I'm not sure what color cappies are available right at this time. So we're just going to walk around until we see one. Oh, there's a gray one. These are like perhaps the easiest to, well, I guess the monkeys, no, this one is the easiest. The monkeys you have to chase around. All right, so now we can see how Jafar liked feeding the animals. All right, Jafar, how are you feeling after that? Feeding the cobra was almost pleasant, but there was a disappointing aura of dreamlike cuteness around that reptile that I found insulting to its natural dignity. Hey, snakes can be cute. Just because one can do something does not mean one should. How about the monkey? Less pleasant. Oh, why is that? I suppose it brought up too many memories of that street rat and his thieving simian companion. Fair enough, we all have different associations with different animals. And the capybaras? Strange creatures, their placidity is uncanny. They seem to remain consistently unbothered by whatever occurs around them. And overall, how do you feel? I suppose a bit nostalgic. I find myself recalling fondly the afternoon I acquired Iago. Such glorious days, Jazzy. I had dozens of nascent plots just waiting to be enacted. The Sultan doing my bidding, Iago on my shoulder offering the cutting commentary my lesser so deserved. Those were marvelous times before things became complicated. I guess I'm remembering your friendship with Iago is a positive thing. I would hesitate to describe it as friendship, but yes, that was a pleasant reminiscence. Now, have my actions been sufficient to satisfy the service to the community that you demand? Pretty much. There's just one last thing, but I need to talk to the other villagers. I'll be back soon enough. Very well.
Until we meet again.
All right, so we need to get impressions around Eternity Isle about the newly reformed Jafar. So talk to Rapunzel first. Hey Rapunzel, can we talk about Jafar for a moment? We finished his community service, but I'm trying to check in with how he's been treating the other villagers. He's actually been really nice. Your community service must be working. That's great to hear. What has he been doing?
Oh.
Well, he gave me a gift. Some pigments that he said would make really vivid paints. And just in case, he didn't ask you to paint a serpent or anything with glowing eyes. No, nothing like that. He said that he admired my courage, that it wasn't easy to make art as bold as mine, and that it required a mind that wasn't afraid to break the rules. How nice of him, right? I mixed up some paints and it was true. They're amazing. Well, I'd love to see what you painted with them one day. Thanks for keeping me updated, Rapunzel. Talk to you later.
Everything he could buy.
All right, so now we need to find out where the next closest one is, and it looks like it's Gaston, so let's head over there. Oh, there's a solid or a classic capybara, but let me see. There's Gaston. Hey Gaston, got a moment to talk about Jafar? How strange. I was just talking with him earlier. Oh yeah? Was he mean? Nice? Somewhere in the middle? He was finally behaving right. He brought me a gift. How kind of him. And it was even a gift I wanted. Jafar gave me a set of weights. He said he saw me with coconut-based exercise equipment, so he made me something more solid. He also complimented me on my clothes. said something about how red and black were noble colors. That's quite unexpected. I agree. I never thought someone with such skinny arms would even know the word exercise. Anything else your dealings with him that you'd like to pass along? Yes, he also complimented me. He said I was incredibly strong. Yeah, what was the context? Well, I was trying out the weights, swinging them around, and I nearly hit myself in the head. I said something like, good thing that didn't hit my head, and he said that even if it did, it'd be fine, since I was incredibly thick-headed. See, he complimented my strength. Yes, so nice of him. He's all right, that Jafar. Okay, well, thanks for answering my questions, Gaston. Bye!
Fine. Go.
Okay, oh, looks like Oswald's right here.
How do?
Hey, Oswald! I'm checking in with everyone that Jafar dealt with. How has he been around you since the trial?
Huh?
How do, Jazzy? And actually, Jafar's been swell. Well, that's good to hear, I suppose. What kind of nice actions has he been doing?
Uh-huh.
Well, he brought me a gift, a set of tools for trolley repair and maintenance. Oh, that's actually very considerate of him. Yeah, he apologized for before and said that he liked my style, and that the traditional look was always in fashion. Well, that's surprisingly reassuring. Thanks, Oswald. I think you've made things way more clear for me.
Let's dust off.
Okay, so now the last person that we need to talk to is Eve. So let's head out of this biome and cross the bridge, and we will get that conversation next. If she doesn't miraculously fly all the way over there. There it is. Hey, Eve, can we talk about Jafar for a minute? Oh, woo! You're happy about Jafar? That's a big surprise. Eve, ta-da! A glass flower? That's so elegant, Eve. Did Jafar give that to you? Affirmative digital beeps. Well, that's very nice of him. An elegant flower for an elegant machine. Directive. You know, after hearing what everyone has told me, I think that maybe we should do something for Jafar. Oh? Yeah, well, it's clear that Jafar is trying to integrate himself to everyone now. Great, didn't? Anyways, we should do something to show how we appreciate the effort. Let's see. He did kind of show his own interest with his gift choices. We should use that to start. I've got it. We'll decorate around the palace with furniture that's red, black, elegant, bold, and traditional. Maybe I should talk to Merlin to get a little something extra special too. Okay, so it looks like Merlin is right over here.
This is your dream, you know.
Hey Merlin, can we talk about the Jafar situation? Why, of course, Jazzy. How did his community service progress? Ups and downs, I suppose. I feel like it inspired memories of his ambition and greed just as much as it inspired positive emotions. Oh, that is a quandary indeed. But on the other hand, I spoke with some of the other villagers, and it seems that Jafar has actually been really nice to them. Not only is he giving gifts, but he's giving gifts that seem to suggest he's trying to make a connection with the villagers. How marvelous! Still, I worry that it may be a ruse to ensure his freedom to continue to plot. I hope not. So I was thinking we should show him that we appreciate the effort he's making. I quite agree, Jazzy. You don't lead someone to goodness through constant reprimand. Yeah, I'm going to decorate around the palace with Jafar's favorite aesthetics, but I think we need something else with a little wow factor. I think I know just the thing. Oh, a Jafar or a Iago statue. There you are, Jazzy. That Iago-inspired centerpiece should remind Jafar of his previous companion. Wow, great idea. Jafar plays his cards close to the chest, but I think that he kind of misses Iago. While I hope a memory of a good friend will continue to inspire him toward goodness. Perfect. Thanks, Merlin.
The villagers are depending on you, my friend.
All right. So now we need to decorate with red, black, bold, traditional, elegant. It says in the borderlands or the promenade. Let's go with the borderlands. There's a little bit more space, I feel like, up here. And honestly, I've been meaning to do something with this little space up here anyway. So let's go ahead and get rid of some of these night thorns and also get rid of some of these chests. Okay. Let's go ahead and go into furniture mode. Okay, we got lots of things that we can do here. All right, so let's see. Let's do the vizier's alchemy table. The royal vizier's chair. These are things that we've gotten from completing quests for him in the past. Let's do an oval rug. Like that. See, something black. Maybe this iron cooking. Well, I guess we already have something like that, huh? Oh, a wrought iron street lamp. To give a little light, maybe. That's kind of elegant-y. Okay, let's see how many more requirements. Okay, so now we need something bold. So let's go back to furniture. Bold. Ooh, make sure that's not the, okay. Something bold. Let's, oh, what is it? Okay. Let's do, maybe not that one. Maybe let's do the smaller heap of, so that way he feels like he is rich, like the Sultan. Okay. And now let's do the Iago. Oh my goodness, this is such a, oh, okay, I see. All right. Let's take and remove some of these obstacles first. And then we can put the Iago statue down. Maybe there isn't as much room here as I thought there was initially. But we can make it work. Ooh, we got a new part of a memory. Maybe if I try to place the Iago statue over here instead of over there, it might go a little bit better. Let's go ahead and try that. Okay, homage to Iago. There. All right. Take a picture of everyone at the celebration. Okay. Let's do this one because we're really happy. That is so cute, you guys. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay, so now we just need to talk to Jafar and see how he liked the celebration. Jazzy, I'm unsure of how to respond to all of this pageantry. You don't have to respond any particular way at all. We recognize that you were making an effort to be nice to the other villagers, so we wanted to give something to you too. You're a citizen like everyone else now. You can just be yourself and relax. I am unused to such treatment. Had the Sultan recognized me like this, perhaps I would have reconsidered my actions. Well, this is a vibe I'm trying to cultivate here, and I have to admit, I wanted to think the best of you, and you proved me right. I'm glad that we were able to get you to make amends with everyone and settle in properly. Well, when the choice was between biting my tongue for a time or going back into the lamp, the choice was clear. Biting your tongue? Jafar, are you saying that you still have plots brewing? I said nothing of the sort. Well, I guess that's as good as I'm going to get with you, isn't it? Jazzy, you truly are my most competent adversary, and for that you have my respect. I cannot be but myself. One can only hope that does not put me at odds or put us at odds again. Yeah, well, if they do, I'll still be here, ready to stop your plots before they even get going. I would not expect anything less of you, Jazzy. And I get to keep the statue.
You are most gracious.
All right, and so that is the end of Making Amends, the final part of the level 10 quest. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Bye.